Welcome, everyone, to the newest edition of the Bronx Muchachos podcast. I'm your host, Mark. Tonight, we got with us Alex and we
Hello,
got Danny.
everybody. I'm back. Hope you missed me.
Welcome back, Alex.
Welcome
We-
back,
we
brother.
did miss
Welcome
you,
back.
man.
Dave is running a little late. He'll be joining. He'll be jumping in the middle of our conversation tonight. But just want to remind everyone to rate, review, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Hit us up on Apple Podcast. Check us out anywhere else you can get your podcast subscribers at. So let us know how we're doing, so we can continue on making content and gear it towards what everyone's believing we should be doing. So, boys, Memorial Day weekend passed last week, and we're taking a look at
Mm-hmm.
the overall picture of of baseball and the leagues and the teams, and there's a lot of interesting trends that are going on right now. What do you think about that, Alex?
Yeah. I think it's despicable. It's horrible, actually, right now, because this is supposed to be Major League Baseball right now, and we have majority of the league is under 500 right now. Like, I don't know what the whole point of this whole lockout was, because I'm sorry, unless you just won a World Series in the past 3 years, I don't want to hear that. Oh my gosh, you're not fighting for anything like that, because everybody sucks. It seems like the whole AL East is basically it's the AL Mets, right? I mean the NL Mets. That's what it is right now. Okay, and then over here in the AL Central, it's what? It's the Twins. The Twins. Come on, like we all know they suck. And I'm not gonna say, oh my gosh, the Twins are a great team. They're playing 556. You got Guardians 478, White Sox 469. They shouldn't be 469. Okay, the Tigers are 412. It makes sense. The Royals, they came out hot, and they are what they are. 327. None of this makes sense. It's like, what is this with MLB right now? What? Oh, let's give an extended roster or extended playoff, so that way everybody's all happy and we could get more teams into the playoffs. I'm sorry, I don't want more teams into the playoffs if they're batting under 500. If they're playing under 500, like, there's no reason for them to be in the game.
Facts. Well, if we're looking at the way the top of each league is going right now, everyone's currently over 500. So that's a good thing. But they're teetering, especially in the National League, where the Diamondbacks are like around 500, and they're right there on the Giants' tail for that second wild card spot.
But you're gonna tell me though, I believe it's 8 in each league. So you're gonna tell me that in that number 8 spot, oh no, we're not gonna get a 400 team. Like, we're gonna get a 400 team now. Like, it's gonna be the coronavirus time all over again, that we're gonna get the Marlins.
But with the addition,
league, yeah, it's 6 in each league, not 8, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
but we were going to run. But baseball was going to run this.
My bad. But
Yeah,
still,
but baseball was going to run this problem anyway. That there was always going to be that chance that a below 500 team was going to make it in by expanding the playoffs. I mean, remember how many times did everyone back in like the 2000s in football, when was it when they were the Washington Redskins, they got in with a 7-8 record. You know what I mean? Like, how many times did everyone flip out over stuff like that? Basketball, for so long, they used to have.
Oh my God!
Thank you. Basketball, for so many years, they used to have a number of, especially in the East, where the East was junk. They used to have below 500 teams making playoffs. This is what we get by expanding playoffs, instead of turning around and rewarding those who work hard during the regular season. We're not rewarding them. We're just saying, here's another random team to come in here who could get hot at the right time and run the table, because baseball's random like that. So I get what you're saying, Alex, 100%. There's some of the teams that we do have that are up there that you kind of know what they're supposed to be. Like the Reds. The Reds were tearing it down from the beginning. The Nationals had torn it down already. I mean, all the moves they made last year, and they're just kind of they're ready for the build up again. Oakland tore it down again. Detroit's in their rebuild. Right. Kansas City's in the rebuild.
All right. Oh.
Baltimore's torn it down. They're beginning the rebuild. Boston should have been,
but
above 500 teams.
Is it really? Excuse me, though, Mark. But Mark, excuse me though, is it really an excuse for 18 Major League Baseball teams to be playing under 500.
Whew.
Sorry,
There's more than half the league.
Yeah. I don't. You're right. You're right about the 18. You're right. It shouldn't be
exactly. I'm sorry.
But I'll say this: the way my calculation should be, it should be 50-50. It should be 15 teams above and 15 teams below. Because all you got to do is remember where every team is in their cycle.
They're in the
tear down. They're in the build.
By my calculations right now, the whole. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say. I think the Red Sox should have been above 500. The White Sox should be number one in that league, in that division. I don't understand what's going on over there.
Injuries.
And the Phillies I know the Phillies always run this kind of thing, but the Phillies should be above 500 also. So those are your 3 teams that should make it 15 teams above, 15 teams below, in my opinion.
And Mark, I would like to argue that Seattle with Robbie Ray, with that and Eugenio Suarez deal, getting Jesse Winker, Seattle should be competing. Julio Rodriguez is a stud. He's a stud. He's going to be, I think I said a couple of weeks ago, Spencer Torkelson is going to like an MVP type of guy in the future. I think when you're looking at Julio Rodriguez, you're looking within the next 3 to 5 years, this guy is going to be the face of the league. And they have him playing in center field.
And they got with Seattle is they have a lot of young talent, and you have to go with the ebbs and flows. You got to go with the waves of the talent, because they have besides Julio Rodriguez, they got Mitch Haniger, they got Kyle Lewis, and they got the former Met that they just demoted actually back down to AAA.
Yeah, Jared Kalenic. Well, Lewis and Haniger are both hurt. Yeah, and Lewis may not come back this year. One of my guys picked up in fantasy, and they just dropped him. So that's not a good thing, Yeah. So I don't see Lewis being an impact this year. I don't see Haniger being an impact this year. But that's why you get a guy like Winker, who's last time I checked, he had like a 522 OPS. This guy had almost 1,000 OPS in the NL Central last year. Is it the Pacific Northwest and hitting over there and hitting in Safeco or whatever it's called now, T-Mobile Park? Like, man, that's tough. It's tough for Seattle. I feel for those fans.
Oh, no, I get you, man. But right now you got Seattle's up 6-3 on Baltimore. So,
well, they should be beating Baltimore.
Logan Gilbert, one of the teams that should stay under 500.
Oh yeah.
Yep. But if we look at Baltimore, man, they've been surprising. Their bullpen's been great. Their offense has been terrible. Well, the guys in their bullpen have good stuff. And we've seen that when they play us. I mean, they're not consistent. They don't have the names, but the stuff is there, and they're executing, at least in the bullpen. The starting pitching is really not that good, but that's the strength.
But you need more than just that. But you need more than that. They don't have hitting, and they don't have starting pitching. That's the thing.
Baltimore's on the rebuild, though.
The Orioles are basically the But the Orioles are basically the opposite of the Angels. The Angels have hitting. The Angels have starting pitching. But you know what they don't have? They don't have relievers. Their relievers are trash. Okay, but look at it. It's like they're doing everything they can. They had their freaking division on lock. Okay, and they were doing great. And now all of a sudden, you got freaking the Houston Astros. Slowly but surely, they're going to take it over. And wait, great. The Astros are going to be in the playoffs again, like always. Yay. This is what we want to see. Yeah. I don't want to see the Astros. I'd rather see the Angels. I'm not an Angel fan, but I want to see them.
I have a legitimate question here. How good would it feel to beat the Astros, whether it be a division series or a championship series? Like, let them win the West.
Yeah. Let them win it. So that way we be the greatest thing in the world.
Exactly.
Take them to town.
But I'll tell you one thing. The Astros really don't scare me, and they don't scare me at all. I mean, they got Verlander. Verlander's pitching like vintage Verlander. Give him all the credit in the world, man. He's came back from TJ. I mean, he's still going to be like Lewis. Exactly. He's going to be on an innings limit too. But the rest of that team doesn't scare me at all. Like maybe Yordan Alvarez is the biggest.
They've no.
No, I was just saying. Alex. Yeah, go for it, bud.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, and then I saw earlier today, ERA pitching wise, you got the Dodgers number 1, we're number 2, and then Houston's number 3. So it's compared to years past, we have what it takes to take care of the trash in our league. Now the thing is, do we have what it takes to take care of LA? Because what I think we're gonna get finally. We're gonna finally get that LA Yankees.
Well, I mean, it's no long. That one's been a long time.
That's gonna be a good series if that happens.
You know what? As everything's going right now. Knock on wood. The World Series got to come through New York, at least for one of the divisions. I mean, because let's be real about one thing: the Mets still don't have their 1 and 2 right now, and that could be a game changer going against LA when they got DeGrom and they got Scherzer coming back. So that's a whole nother ball game to play with at that point. But if going right now, LA doesn't have what's his name? Kershaw is back on the IL.
I'd rather go against. Yeah, but I think nostalgia wise and history wise, I think I would rather see an East Coast West Coast over Subway Series, because I'm sorry, I remember the Subway Series in 2000. It was great. I got my jersey and my batting practice jersey hung up and everything like that from that year and everything like that. It's great, but let's be real. I don't care about a Subway Series anymore. They have, with interleague play, they've made Subway Series worthless. I'd rather see East Coast West Coast. As simple as that. Give me some old Biggie, that old Biggie Tupac feud type style.
It's been in the works for years. I've like over the past 5 or 6 years, Yankees and the Dodgers have both been in the playoffs. They've both been able to get deep in the playoffs. Well, the Dodgers obviously a lot deeper than the Yankees, but it's always been flirty. It's like you're talking to this girl, right? And it's like, oh, hey, what's good? And then y'all never meet. And hopefully this is the first time that those two teams can meet, and it will be great to see that. And I predict that.
You're going to say that we find right?
Yeah, we're like
funny swiping right for each other.
Yeah. So the Dodgers and the Yankees are in a long-term relationship, all right? And
it's
a long-distance relationship.
It's a Tinder date.
I was going to say they're in a long-term
flirt.
They've been flirting with each other for years. They've been kind of eyeing each other left and right. They haven't been they haven't gotten close to sealing the deal yet. They just kind of
they left the AOL chat rooms.
They go to the bar. They go at the bar. One person's coming in, one person's leaving.
Yeah,
they just two ships sailing at night, passing each other by.
They finally got tired of the Tinder. They got fired the old school chat rooms and everything like that. They're like, you know what? Let's finally do this, guys. we're gonna make a date for the night.
I would love to see that happen, man. It's a love story waiting to happen with parade in the Canyon of Heroes.
I'll tell you one thing: if you want baseball to come back and matter, you get those two teams in the World Series, and everyone's going to eat that up left and right.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to eat that. 2 marquee teams.
Yes.
Yep. And going back to Houston, man, we still got to get through them. I think the road to the World Series.
Everyone ate. Let's be real. Everyone ate up LA and Boston when that happened. Everyone was eating that one up.
Right.
Like, I'm not a Boston fan and I'm not a Dodger fan, but I did watch.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, it's interesting actually.
Yeah. So, but we have to get to Houston, and that means beating Verlander at Minute Maid. That means taking a game from Fran Burr and Luis Garcia, because those guys are studs.
Whoa.
Well, they still got Lance McCullers Jr. too.
Whoa. I don't want no. They need to make Verlander. What's going to happen is that we're going to get Verlander in the Bronx game 1, because guess what? He has no choice, because we're going to have the better record.
No, you're 100% right.
And that's it. That's it. Well, and mind you, that's if he's available to pitch, because remember, he's coming back from Tommy John, just like Sevy's and just like Syndergaard, all those guys. They all had Tommy John around the same time. He's still on a pitch count, and he's on an innings limit too. So unless they're turning around and saying, whatever, man, we're giving you the $40 million for over 2 years. Whatever happens to your arm happens to your arm. We don't care at this point. Then they might let him go 200. But if they want him back, try to make it for back-to-back seasons, they won't injure his arm like that. And I know that a lot of agents will turn around and tell the organization he's shut down. He's completely shut down now. He hit 120 or 140. This is the limit. We said he's not going anymore. They don't want another Matt Harvey incident on their hands. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, so we still got to go through them. You know, I'm not scared about, and I'm not really scared of them either. But I think for this team in particular, for them to like take that next jump, they have to. They're gonna want to go through Houston, I think, because we've been beaten so many times that it would just be that kind of like coming home moment, like the Pistons and in the Bulls when Jordan was coming up. He was always getting beaten by the Pistons, and then he finally beat the Pistons and got to the finals and won it. I kind of equate it to that type of situation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what I mean. Just all the things that have happened in the past, all the stuff that's been going on. 2017, them winning in 2000 against us in 2019. It's one of those things like they're due, and it's time for this. This is the last year. These are kind of like the last years of all those teams that have played against each other and really fought hard against each other. Those are the last time a lot of these guys are going to be on these teams, and they're moving on. So it's kind of the last. This would be the last hurrah, but
for sure.
Add into that equation too. I still don't count out the rest of the AL. The top two dogs right now in the AL East, and with the Toronto and the Rays, they will figure the Rays. They will figure something out, and they'll make their way in. And then Toronto, like if those bats get hot, man, they can mash with the best of them. They could just make that a whole nother different type of series.
They're already getting hot, man. They've won 7 in a row, so you definitely can't count them out. But the way the Yankees have started the season has just been a great way to kind of tell the league, hey, we're here, and we're not scared of anybody. You can argue about the easy schedule, but you got to play who's in front of you.
No. It's not that we're here. It's not that we're here. It's called we're back, and give us our crown because the king has arrived. That's what it is. I don't want to hear no BS like, oh yeah. No. We know what we are. We are the kings of this damn league. We have been the kings. We just stumbled. We had an injury to the we just had a little shot to the knee. Our knees is fixed up. We're gonna kick everyone's ass again. Let's be real.
I love it. Let's do. I mean, that's why we've been playing.
We're the
best team in baseball.
That's where we're all.
That's why you play the game. That's why you play the games.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all thinking.
So let me pose this question to everybody here. What is this? What do you think the strength of this team is? Dave, since Dave's been quiet in the background, Dave joined in. Yeah. So Dave, what do you think the strength of this Yankee team is right now?
Well, I made it. I swear to God, every technology in my house knows when it's podcast night because nothing works on a Thursday for some reason. My God. Okay, so strengths of this team. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, I think the pitch comm thing has definitely given.
Crazy. Don't go crazy here, Dave.
All right.
I mean, there's multiple things going on, but I mean, consistent lineup, probably the biggest thing. And the fact that you have a way to keep guys on the bench fresh by rotating people in and out into different positions. So that's what I think.
And let's put it on record then. What's the one with that lineup? What's the one key spot that you want upgraded? Or what's the move that'll send this team over the top? Like we're talking the move that's going to solidify will solidify it. Will solidify the playoffs. Will solidify the championship number 28.
I think what you need to do is you need to move Aaron Judge to center field permanently. I think that switch needs to happen immediately. He needs to be the everyday center fielder. And then on the corners, you need to find a left fielder and a right fielder that can actually hit the ball. I mean, yeah, Gallo and Hicks' defense is solid. Oh, but I mean, what are they doing offensively? Not really anything. So,
and Dave, I will, I don't think we even could say
I would
right now
definitely
Hicks'
agree with you.
defense and censor. My bad, Alex. I don't think I can even agree with you in saying that the defense from Hicks and Gallo is even big league average. It's not. Hicks has a -5 defensive run saved in center, which I agree with you. Judge should be playing every day in center, 100%. He's proved he can play the position defensively, and he's still providing offensively. But Hicks and Gallo is a much better right fielder at this point. I would like to see Giancarlo and Miggy get some more time in left, because Giancarlo's at least going to be adequate in left along with Higgy, and let Hicks kind of just, ride the pine for quite some time.
I guess what I'm saying is you got to find replacements for both those guys. You got to find a way to make both of those guys disappear. I don't want to hear about how one's making $9.5 and the other one's making $10 million. You're eating the money either way. You're either eating the money from cutting them loose, or you're eating the money by having them being unproductive. Simple as that. So
that's a great point right there.
That's what I think needs to happen.
I think the pitching's been our number one thing. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, it's definitely been. I mean, with us having the second best ERA out there, it's definitely the number one thing is our pitching. Like number 2 100%. Is being Bombers, because come on, Aaron Judge, 18 home runs so far. Rizzo 11, Giancarlo's 11, Glaber 10 now. Come on, we're bashing in runs like we usually do, but that pitching. Oh my gosh, it's like a freaking beautiful meal that just came out of a freaking Michelin restaurant.
And Alex, I know you're missing that right now.
Shut it up. I've never even been to a Michelin restaurant, but I want one now.
Especially
so Alex, you think it's the pitching in totality, or are you talking more starting pitching or relief pitching?
I'm talking about pitching in general, is because since our starting pitching is basically going 3-4 times into a rotation, it's leaving it that our relievers only got to be out there for like, if that maybe an inning, and then give it to a closer and we're done. It's perfect. It's what we needed. And it's what we needed. And it's going into like very old school baseball, and not just old school, championship baseball. Let's be real about it. It's not even old school. It's championship baseball, because what you want is your studs. You want the people who are getting paid to go out there and pitch 7-8 innings out there. They're doing it, and they're doing it with finesse. Okay, that no one can hit all off of us. And that's what's going on. Like, Nestor's been doing it. Tayon's been doing it. Freaking, you got Cole. He does it every now and then. Like, yeah, he has the heat and he has his power, but the only thing about Cole, he doesn't have the consistency of keeping batters off the freaking bases.
So if we're looking at the pitching staff as a whole in the American League, we're leading in a whole bunch of stuff. It's kind of crazy. So just in our fielding independent percentage, we're 3.18, which is tops in the American League by a wide margin, almost by 40 points. The second, I think, is Houston. Yeah, it's Houston. So our WAR is 8.7. So this is us as an entire pitching staff. And if you look at our starters 1 through 5, right, coming into the season, it was a question mark, because we didn't know what type of season Seven was going to have. We didn't know, okay, this is Taillon second off of Tommy John. Potentially, he could be something, but we didn't know. Nestor Cortez, complete question mark. He's our number 5 guy. We don't know what to expect from him, right? But we did know that Cole was going to come in here and try to be dominant. And honestly, he hasn't been dominant. He hasn't been the quote-unquote number 1 guy, right? So it's good to see the secondary guys come up and have great seasons. And Monty's having a great season too. I mean, the wins are not there, but his ERAs there is in the low threes. So when you look at this rotation 1 through 5, it goes up against anybody in
3 or 4.
baseball, not just the American League. Yeah, so 3 or 4 for Monty. It goes up against anybody in the American League, and the Yankees should not be afraid of anyone at this point in time.
No, I agree with you 100% on that, Danny.
Yeah.
And the one thing I do like about with this rotation is a story they were talking about in the, I think it was it was in the day game, was that the pitchers went up to Matt Blake, or somebody went up on behalf of the pitchers and told Blake, we want to go deeper into games.
It was a position player.
Thank you. But they want to go in there and want to pitch. And now all of a sudden you got, Nestor going into the ninth. Nestor went into the ninth inning. You got Jameson into the, I think he's into the 8th inning right now.
Right now, yeah.
Cole has been going to 8. Even Sevy's going a little bit deeper. Monty was going 7 innings, and he was going 5, and he's usually 5 innings, and they pull him every time. They're going deep, and they're proving themselves time and time again. They can continually get the job done. Like that makes that, wanting to get another starter pitcher like a Montas or a Taillon, not Taillon, but a Castillo. I mean, as much as I'd love to have one of those two guys on the team, I mean, is it right now? They're not needed. Maybe All-Star break time they might be, just to kind of give a nice reinforcement, because at some point Sevy's going to have to be. They're going to have to rein Sevy in.
Oh,
I
man,
will say one thing. I wouldn't mind seeing them cut Lucas Licky and try to get Keuchel. That's one swap I'd probably do, but that's just me.
I think Keuchel's wild.
I know it may be unpopular, but I don't know.
Aren't the Mets looking at him?
Shave.
I'd love to see him without a beard. Love to see him without a beard.
That's true.
The last time that happened was like 2013 with the Astros when he was first coming up, and he got shellacked, and he had like a 7 ERA when he first came up. So no, I don't think Dallas Keuchel without a beard is going to do him any good. Shoot, with the beard right now, he's not very good. But I just had a thought, man, when you said they're going to have to shut Sevy down. Imagine him as a bridge guy in the playoffs. Oh my God!
Or even him as an opener. Or even use him as an opener. Give him 1 inning, give him 2 innings, and that's it. First time through, and boom.
I don't think they're gonna shut him down per se. I think they might end up having him skip starts at the end, maybe pitch every 6th or 7th day, maybe. But I don't see them shutting him down. Not the way he's been pitching. No way in hell.
No, I agree. I can see them when he, getting to the 120, 140 marker. They might move him to the bullpen and kind of save those last innings.
Gave up the Taillon lost the perfect.
Hit.
So
and he gave up a run. Yankees had chances all night. They haven't done anything. Anyway,
sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles in this game.
Yep.
They changed. They saw the home runs in the first game, and that Ohtani was giving up. Baseball, MLB turned around. No.
What was that?
You think Carpenter's hurt the way they pulled him out of the 5th inning in Game 1 and don't have him playing in Game 2?
I think they just like the matchup of having Miggy in there potentially.
There was more left. There was a lefty pitcher. There was lefty pitchers today, so they threw more right-handers out there.
Yeah, but it just had me concerned when they lifted Carpenter. Hitting that bomb in the 1st inning, they pull him out in the 5th inning. I'm like,
I think the lefty was on the bump. Wasn't
what are you doing?
Yeah, they start bringing their lefties in for relief.
Yeah. So
it's not like Joe Mann's a good manager and knows what he's really doing out there.
No, he complains that the Yankees are stealing signs because his pitch comm system went down. So, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm over here.
But I think we got to get back. Well, once Chapman gets back and hopefully his Achilles is better and Loaiza gets back from his shoulder, like those two guys right there, they need to get going. Clay Holmes has proven that he's our closer. I don't think that there's any question about that right now. So that 9th inning is his until he loses it again or loses it, period.
Here, I got a question for you on that. Would you rather Clay Holmes be just the 9th inning guy, or you want him to be the fireman and put out the fires at any given time?
Well, the way Boone's been using him, he's been using him in lanes, right? So he was up in the 8th inning the other day. He was up in the 9th the other day. So I like that idea of him facing the top tier of the order no matter when they come up. If it's the 8th or the 9th. But that closer role has become a little bit fluid now for this team. Right. So I think you want Clay Holmes to face the best guys no matter what. So whether it's the 8th or the 9th. So that's my answer. I'm not sure if I answered your question or not.
No, you did, because he kind of becomes like the fireman type of guy, where it's you put him in the best spot to get the best guys out, and whether it's the 8th inning, whether it's the 7th inning too, because it could be the 7th inning. You know, like that when Chad Green was the best version of Chad Green on the team, he was the fireman. He came in there, didn't matter. It was okay. The best, their top dudes are coming up there. We put Chad Green there, and for the first few years, he would mow them down. Then he went more curveball, slider, whatever heavy, and that's when it all changed on him.
Yep. Dave?
So I'm okay with him being the closer. I really am, because you already got a fireman and Mike King, even though he's proven at times that he is human and can get hit and can give up runs. And to be honest, I'm perfectly okay if Aroldis Chapman misses the rest of the season. That's just where I'm at with it, because they haven't been losing games with him on the mound. So this bullpen's just rocking and rolling the way it is right now without him. If he comes back, who knows what condition he's coming back in and how serviceable he will actually be. That's the other part about this. But I say you ride the hot hand until you can't run anymore and leave Holmes as the closer. He's probably already settled to that role mentally. And you really want to go messing with a guy's psyche like that if you don't have to.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to kind of what I was saying, just the way Boone's been using him, right? It's just about matchups. And I think when Chappie comes back, I don't see him being in that role. I see him being like, if we're up by 3 runs in the 9th, he'll be in the game. But guess who's going to be right behind him? Clay Holmes,
but Danny, there's no safe lead with Aroldis Chapman on the mound. We watched him.
Well, I know.
The last year at the Angels, they blew a 7-run lead, and he was one of the culprits of that. I mean, this guy can't even be trusted with a 4-run lead at times against the Orioles. You gonna trust that in a playoff game against the Astros or someone else of that caliber? I'm not.
And that in the playoffs, there's no way Chapman's seeing anybody past. If it's the 8th inning, maybe, but no one's going to be on, and it better be the bottom 3 of the order, and Clay Holmes is going to be right behind him. If one guy gets on, Chappie's out.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
shortest leash possible.
I mean, watching Holmes pitch,
batter by batter.
Yeah.
Watching Holmes pitch is the most relaxed I ever am watching a game. To be honest, I don't feel any stress or anxiety when Holmes is on the mound ever.
Reminds you of Mo a little bit,
or the season so far. This is probably the most.
I will say one thing.
Hopefully,
this whole thing with Loiza's shoulder, maybe that's why he's been pitching the way he's been pitching. Not like he was last year. He's had some sort of shoulder injury coming in the entire time. He was hurt. Now gets it better, and then he goes back to where he was before. So
yeah, Johnny's been flat.
Yeah, but this isn't the first time he's had that shoulder injury, though.
He's injured. He's been injury prone his entire career.
This is like the third or fourth time with the same shoulder injury.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, that's why do you think San Francisco gave up on him? All the teams always gave up on him because he had stuff. It's just that he just physically couldn't stay healthy. I mean, we've had him healthy for last year was the first year when he was fully healthy, I believe. All the other years he always had a shoulder injury, but look back in the day, Pedro always went down with a shoulder injury, midway through the season, came back, sat out for a month or two and came back and finished out strong. I know, shoulder injury.
Yeah, and he was out 3 weeks last year with
that was just the way of the Red Sox keeping him fresh for the postseason.
So I we do need Johnny back. There's no offense about that. Mike King needs to get back on track. So the bullpen presently constructed, you're not feeling the way you felt at the beginning of the season, but the starters have kind of picked up the slack. But eventually, there's going to come a time where the bullpen is going to have to step up. So Mike King is going to have to find his groove again. Miguel Castro is going to have to pitch better because he's been up and down. Like he has like 10 walks in like 12 innings or something like that. It's not good. Personally, I like to see Wandy pitch a little bit more. He's been kind of our B guy, and I would like to see him pitch in a little bit more high leverage situations. Dave, like you said, Licky's kind of meh. Like, okay, Licky's on the team right now. You know,
Yeah,
let's get him.
I guess last year was kind of.
Yeah, that was his coming out party.
Last year was kind of a flash in the pan. I guess they caught lightning in a bottle last year with him.
Yeah.
So,
who in the big leagues right now, bullpen wise, is attainable? I haven't looked at this. I know this is kind of like a off the wall question, but like,
for what, pitching?
Bullpen wise, no,
for
bullpen wise,
bullpen,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bullpen.
So the Pirates have a really stud closer right now. I forget his name.
Yeah,
like I don't understand. I don't really know who's out there because like let's be real for a minute. Like if there was anything out there, the Phillies would have probably jumped on it quickly because they need pitching bad. Like they're losing the
but Dave Dombrowski's not smart enough to get the pitching because he could have had all offseason to get pitching. And what did he do? He went for batters instead.
Yeah, so no,
that's true.
Let's see. Let me look at relievers in baseball right now. I don't even know what's going on. But so like we're gonna have to upgrade at that position, quote unquote, at some point in time. At the deadline, it's not gonna be a starter like we were talking about a little bit earlier. I don't see Montas or Castillo coming here. Number one, because of the price tag, and number two, because of need, unless there's an injury. Like if Tyone if anybody, God forbid, gets injured, then yeah, that becomes a possibility. Man, we have two of the best relievers.
But here's the thing: who are you going to get rid of? Here's the thing: who are you going to get rid of to add somebody though?
I mean, you
prospects.
Get rid of prospects. Get rid of people on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Prospects.
Get rid of people. Get rid of people on the 40-man roster.
Joey Gallo. Give him, if they want Joey Gallo, buy.
Joey Gallo for a middle reliever. Oh my gosh, what have we come to?
Yeah, but you also
it's a horrible move. But guess what? At least he's off the payroll.
Yeah.
But you got to remember that you got to look at the teams that are going to be looking to sell at that time. Pittsburgh's going to be looking to sell. The Cubs are going to be looking to sell.
I got a proposal I got to show you guys.
Go for it.
Damn, Miggy just ripped one to the gap.
Yeah, let me find that up. Keep talking.
I was saying that
this was actually an interesting one.
That we got to figure that in order to make these trades, you got to see who's the sellers. Like and that goes back to Alex what we were talking about earlier, which was a lot of the teams that are under 500. Those are going to be sellers at the market. Cubs are going to be selling. The Guardians are going to be selling. Everyone knows. Everyone under the sun knows that that Cincinnati's going to be selling. Baltimore's going to sell a couple pieces. They're not going to sell something big.
Here's a trade. I'm gonna have a trade. This is a trade proposal that I saw floating around the internet today. I was like, I bookmarked it because it was actually interesting. I want to see what you guys think. This will be the Nationals and the Yankees. The Yankees get Corbin, Cruz, Soto, and Strasburg. The Nationals get Cabrera, Herman, Hicks, and Higgy.
So there's no way that's happening.
Yeah, when are the Nationals going to laugh everyone out of the room at that point?
Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen.
But I'm just saying because the total value. If you look at the total value, the Yankees are getting a 1790 and the Nationals are getting 1680. So it's pretty much not like it's like a lopsided trade.
Yeah, but Domingo
that's the sad
Germán
part about it when you actually look at the numbers.
No one's.
They need something for the future. They're building for the future. That's what they're building for. They're not building for now. They know they don't have a season.
When I'm thinking about building for the future, the first name that doesn't come to mind is Domingo Germán. I will tell you that much.
Alex is trying to sell.
Just saying that.
He's trying really hard. He's pulling everything out of
trying to sell everybody.
Out of the woodwork.
Here, take my trash and let me take your gold. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. Why don't we just
I
ask for
saw it.
Juan
I thought it was
Soto too
interesting
while we're
'cause it
at
was
it?
nice
With
and
Domingo
even, too.
Armand. Let's just
They'll
ask him
take-
for
they'll
Juan
take-
Soto
they'll
while we're
take-
at it. Here, we'll take Juan
Well,
Soto.
yeah,
We'll
yeah,
get
Soto-
Domingo
yeah,
Armand.
Did you not hear me? I said Soto already.
He said Soto, yeah.
He said Soto with it. That's why I was saying
Corbin and Strasburg.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I said Soto.
Oh, yeah.
It's those Boston ears. It's those Boston ears, guys. You know, all he likes to hear is a bunch of S.
I hope the Celtics lose tonight. They're gonna get smacked by Golden State.
Oh, hell yeah.
God, I hate this.
I'm not
Celtics.
expecting anything
F
good from my
Boston.
Celtics, dude. I know they're gonna get
Let's-
smoked, but at least we
All right,
beat
let's not
Miami.
talk
That's all
about
I
it.
care about. Hey,
Oh man, they suck.
cry me a river, Knicks fan. Cry me a river.
I know it's terrible. Hey, you know what? This is my time to shine as a Knicks fan. Well, actually, no, it's not. But it's like just I can root for whoever I want. It's an open book. It's an open book. Anyway, so I'm looking at
You gotta jump on
relievers
that
in the
Golden
big leagues
State
right now.
bandwagon.
It's my
aren't
time
you?
to shine as a Ranger fan. That's what time it is right now.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Hey man, I hope the Rangers win it all.
Let's do it. That'll be
Even
great.
though I'm a Bruins
That was-
fan,
that was a-
dude, I hope the Rangers definitely take it.
That was a wonderful game last night. But tomorrow's game is
night,
going to be
Just take care of Tampa.
tomorrow's
I'm so
tomorrow's,
happy
game,
last
tomorrow's
night.
game's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot.
Oh my
rougher.
gosh.
No, tomorrow's gonna be tough because the Lightning are gonna come
Yeah,
out.
because you're going to have the
guns
team over.
blazing.
They're going to be back from. Exactly.
All right,
Exactly.
So-
They're not going to be having this long rest anymore.
exactly. So we took advantage of that. So looking at some interesting names. When it comes to relievers, Jorge Lopez from Baltimore, he's having a really good year. Scott Barlow from Kansas City, dude throws like 90.
That's not gonna happen.
93. Scott Barlow, you don't think? Man, his FIP is not very good. It's a 410.
I don't think we're gonna. We're not gonna get a trade with the Orioles. Why would the Orioles trade with us? They're not gonna happen. It's not.
If we give him someone in our top 10
I mean, we
for
did get
Jorge
Britton from him.
Lopez,
Yeah, I was going to say we've done the
Yeah.
trades with the Orioles before. The Orioles are tearing it down. They don't care. They'll as long as they get
Few,
pieces back.
but
they want value back.
Yeah.
If we give him a guy within our top 10 for Jorge Lopez, Yankee system is still top 15 in the league. It's still top half.
Bleacher
It's
Report
better
has
than
them,
what
has them number
Baltimore has.
11. Bleacher Report has them number
Exactly.
11.
So
The
top third.
Orioles are gonna say. The Orioles are gonna tell you. The Orioles are gonna say they want. The Orioles are gonna say they want Gleyber Torres so they can put the wall back where it was.
So those two names are interesting. Let's see who else.
They're gonna want.
That's pretty much about it. Because everybody else in the when it comes to Danny Jimenez from Oakland, 10 saves right now, 9.5 K rate. A lot of walks though, 4.5 walks almost.
How about our prospects? How are our prospects doing though? Like, are there any relievers that we have in the prospects that could possibly make it soon?
Unless you start converting some of the starting pitchers to relievers, like we're
I mean,
getting
come on, Mark. You're the prospect man. You know
Well,
that better than anybody else.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I think the biggest point right now is that Medina should be transitioning Luis Medina into a relief pitcher.
Mhm.
He
I
hasn't
don't
really
know why they're
been
using him as a starter.
Mhm.
man. I mean, I get why they're still. It's the Betances thing that you don't want to give up on the talent. You don't want. He has the stuff, like the pure stuff. He's got a hammer curve. He's got an easy fastball that reaches 102, tops off at 103. He's got a changeup. I mean, he's got the makings of a starting pitcher. It's just that he doesn't have the control to continue on. So if that's the case, let him air it out for an inning. Let him air out that 103 fastball, which could probably get up even higher now because he's not holding anything back. He's got the hammer curve he can do. He's got the changeup. He can go, if he could go an inning, 2 innings at that point, why not? Let him air everything out. And then you have something. Then you could work with him.
The only thing that scares me about people that throw that hard is how long they're going to last throwing 103, 105 miles an hour. How long before that shoulder or that elbow gives out throwing that hard?
I mean,
that long, especially as a starter.
Pitchers are always ticking time bombs.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter whether you're starting.
Yeah.
They could be throwing 92 with the shoulder messed up, But the thing with that is just repeatability of their mechanics. Like we've seen it with Chapman. He was throwing 105 forever, and that's because his mechanics, although they're a little herky jerky. They're smooth and they're repeatable. Well, for the most part, he doesn't get hurt.
A little.
I mean, yeah, he gets his arm angle all messed up sometimes, and he kind of over rotates, but it's been repeatable over the past decade, and he's done it.
Yeah, but he has. But when he started out, he didn't have all the muscle he has now. Like he put on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, look. He's honest to God, that guy's a freak of nature when it comes to if you look at him. Like you wouldn't want to mess with him in a bar no matter what, because his legs, his arms, like everything. He is jacked, and all that muscle I think has affected his.
I'm pretty sure if you were to get kicked by him, it would feel like getting hit by a moose. But I'm dead serious.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Like straight up.
I've seen some of some of those leg presses he does, like the amount of weight he has on there, and then has like people sitting on there too, just to do more weight. I mean, Jesus Christ,
dude, he squats like almost 1,000 pounds or something stupid.
Yeah. Even what's his name? I remember watching what is it? Yoenis Cespedes. He doesn't
realize that he plays baseball and he thinks he's
right.
I don't know. Do these guys think they're like going for Olympic weightlifting over here? Come on, you guys are Major League Baseball players. Like, stay your lane.
And then they wonder why.
I get the pitchers. They want to have a strong base, have the strong legs, so they can the push off. But all that kind of muscle is just going to kind of it limits them. He's not as fluid as he once was. But Alex, going back to what you were saying too, I mean, a lot of pitchers we have in the upper leagues right now, like a Devi Garcia. I mean, he's crapped the bed. He's worthless now.
Mm-hmm.
The only other two people I would, the only other people I would think about would be Wisniewski and Waldichuk, but they're not on the 40-man roster yet. And unless we open up a couple spots right now, then they're not going to be put on until the end of the year. So really, Medina's there, and might as well make that transition. Have Medina move over to the bullpen now, and then put him up in AAA and let him work on it up there. I mean, that's really where I'm sitting at. I mean, everybody else is just too far away to worry about. Any of the other pitchers just way too far away.
I think
all I know is this is going to be completely unrelated to what we're talking about. But if Nestor Cortez wins the Cy Young Award this year and we end up winning the World Series, they better pay that kid in this offseason. They better sign him to a 3 or 4 year.
Oh, they're going to pay him.
He's still in his rookie contract, and he's got to go to. He's not even under arbitration yet. I don't think. He's still got like 2 years left to go to arbitration.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to get like $5 million.
Poor kid.
That's it. So yeah, but imagine.
Don't worry. I might be able to see him. Maybe I'll see him pitch over there in Hialeah. I'll go.
Yeah. Say hi to him.
See if I see him pitching over there.
Tell him what's up
in the off season.
But I think the two guys I really want this at this deadline.
If I could get a conversation with that guy, I'll let you guys know right now. It will be on Twitter that we have him on the show.
That'd be dope.
I would like Benintendi.
Fingers crossed though. Off season. Fingers crossed. Gotta wait.
I would like Benintendi and Bendar. I think those two guys will kind of solidify a lot of things that we're talking about. The left field with Benintendi. The left hand. Have you seen?
I've been hearing that. I've been hearing him. That name I've been hearing a lot being thrown around.
Yeah. No. Have you seen his numbers, Dave?
Oh, yeah, his numbers are good this year.
I've heard that name.
And you put him at the top of the lineup too. So
337.
I don't know. I guess I'm just
batting average.
I guess I'm just.
402 on base, 431 slugging. Good for 800 OPS. He already has 1.5 WAR, which if you look at Joey Gallo and Aaron Hicks combined, they're like at a negative 10,000 almost, it seems like. So just having him in left field providing average defense. We're not asking for a lot for Benintendi as an outfielder. Just catch the balls that are hit towards you, get to the gap sometimes, and get on base for the big fellas behind you. Imagine him behind.
I guess I'm just scarred from taking on former Red Sox outfielders.
If Joey could catch it, anyone could catch it.
I guess I'm just scarred from taking on Red Sox outfielders.
Hey, guess what? If we didn't take certain Red Sox outfields, we wouldn't have rings. Let's be real.
Exactly. You know, Johnny Damon.
Babe
Yeah,
Ruth.
I mean,
if we didn't take that Red Sox, who would be?
I mean, it was ultimately him going to third base with no one standing there is what won them that World Series.
Yeah, that was great. And Joey
Just
Gallo
that one thing, because then he pulled his hammy and he was out. So,
Hey, but don't matter. He lives forever, and he lives forever.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
For sure.
And he's over in Orlando too.
Oh, good for
And
him.
Benintendi does not strike out.
So
he has a 14.7 strikeout percentage and a 9.8 walk percentage. So he gets on base. He barely strikes
Holy
out.
God.
High contact guy. Give me Andrew Benintendi.
I could see it.
All right. Hey, another. Is he Italian? What is this guy? Benintendi.
No,
sounds like an
Benintendi, I
Italian
think he
name.
might be. I think he's German with that last name. Yeah, we'll go with that.
We'll go with that. Schnitzel. Andrew Schnitzel.
Oh my God. So we got some polls, not a lot. So this is going back 2 days ago. Who's ready for some baseball after a much needed day off? The Yanks are back in the Bronx to face off against the surprising Angels. Not really surprising anymore, considering they were like what lost 11 out of the last 14 now. Probably about to break that. I don't know what the score of the game is tonight, but
1-0 bases loaded.
so the
2
options
outs.
were.
Let's find out.
And who's up?
So
I forgot who. I don't know who's
options
up.
were.
He said 2 outs, so that means I'm lagging over here. So that means Gallo got.
Gallo struck out.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
Nope,
No.
now I'm surprised. Now I hit the
Shocked.
live button, so now I should be even with you now.
Yeah.
Showtime Part 2 got 17% of the vote. Trout versus Judge got 32%. Offensive Awakening 51%. 47 votes. Not bad.
How are they calling these pitches so far off the plate? Strikes.
That was a ball.
How was that a strike?
Oh my God.
Dude, it's the 1995 strike zone.
Even I was
Apparently.
watching the
yesterday.
judge. I was watching the judge at bat before where they struck him out. Like, there was
That
3
was a
pitches
ball.
that were underneath the strike that were underneath his knees, and they were calling strikes.
And now he has to chase
So
that
this was from
pitch.
yesterday. Yesterday's slap of the game. Monty, 7 innings, 1 earned run, 4 Ks, 50% of the vote. Trevino, 3 for 4, 2-run home run, 43% of the vote. Gallo, 2 for 3. Wow, a whopping 7% of the vote with 30 votes contributed. Quite surprised about that one, actually.
Get through.
And this one.
Sorry. I'm not. Let me go on mute.
And
There we go.
we have one that's still ongoing from today.
One.
Slap of the game from game 1. Cortez, 7 innings, 2 walks, 7K. Got 88%. Torres, 2 for 4 with a double and a home run, 4%. Aaron Hicks, 3 for 4, got 0%. They told him to take a bus. Judge, DJ, and Carpenter, 1 home run apiece at 8% with 26 votes, and that one still got 20 hours and 41 minutes to go before it closes out. So, yeah. So, and that's it. That's it for polls.
Rizzo
/
came in
slaps.
clutch right there.
Yes, Rizzo right now is going to be up for slap of the game for game number 2 with him and Tyone.
Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe. Anybody got anything else before we close
Maybe
this
he
thing
just
out?
freaking tied the game.
Oh,
Actually,
they
no,
took
he
the
put
lead.
us ahead.
I'm not watching
They
it.
put us ahead.
Yeah, they take the lead. We have the lead right now because of Rizzo.
Okay, slap.
He gets slapped
Done.
in the game. Well, actually, no. Hey, man, Tyone.
Tyone,
Snap.
that's what I'm saying.
Eight
Tyone could be
strong.
up there, but you know what?
I think
Rizzo
we gotta
coming.
put both
Rizzo
of
came
them.
up clutch.
I think we could have
Archie
a dual
Bradley.
slap of the game. One from the offensive side, one from the pitching side. What do you think?
Oh, dueling slaps.
All
Dueling slaps, double slaps.
right,
Bam.
this is the Tommy Pham slap versus the
Where's the Chris Rock slap?
Chris Rock slap. There we go.
Man.
That's exactly what this is.
All right. It sounds like we're getting ready to go on porn. This sounds like Pornhub.
Oh God! No,
Jesus.
stop! No,
No more of that.
None of that. No more of that, Alex.
That's what it sounds like to me.
No, this is
slap.
Tommy Pham. and
Tommy
Will
Pham versus
Smith.
Will Smith slap. All right.
Slap. Exactly. Yeah. There we go.
And Clay Holmes is ready. Your boy,
why don't we have
your
it,
boy Clay Holmes is ready to come in.
the slap for the day?
Like, this is huge.
Them cheek slap.
It's
the cheek slap of the day.
I would like Marwin to come through here with 2 strikes. Just add on. One more run won't hurt us. Because I'm not sure what part of the order is coming up for the Angels. But Ohtani and Trout could go deep in one pitch. It doesn't matter. So let's do it. Marwin. Did he get a job done?
And happy Lou Gehrig Day, everybody.
Yeah. ALS is one hell of a disease. So anybody that's going through that, man, prayers.
Prayers, exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy. 81 years, they still don't know what causes it or
the
how
man's
to cure.
played almost over 100 years ago, and the same disease.
He's been dead for 81 years.
Yep.
It's like we need to keep on doing it,
and they can't, and they haven't found anything
we
yet.
We need to figure it out.
Nope.
Yeah, sad, man. So that's gonna do it for us. I know I'm
lagging like hell, so this is gonna be hilarious when we listen to this one.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna do it for tonight.
I'm watching the game.
Yanks had a great week. Let's keep it going. Still got the best record in baseball behind the Dodgers. Well, in front of the Dodgers. The Dodgers are behind us. They just got swept by Pittsburgh for the first time in 22 years, so that's kind of funny. In LA, so that was kind of funny to see. But hey, better late than never, I suppose.
David Bednar.
Everyone can check us out on our. Check out our link tree. It's got all of our content, especially our new TikTok account. We've been live over there now for a couple of days. So we got that going strong. And then, go ahead, give our old episodes a listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, CastBox, Podcast Republic, Podcast Addicts. There's a bunch of platforms out there that keep popping up every single day. So you can check us out there. Give us a subscribe, a rating, a review, whatever you feel like doing. Send it by mail, carry a pigeon. Tell if you got other fellow Yankees fans, tell them to give us a listen. Your mom, your dad, your goldfish, your cat, your dog, whichever. And we'll see you next week.